Hi crocheters of the world! In this tutorial I want to show you how to crochet 3 sizes of Venetian leaf. It's a pattern that is really easy, and the reason why I want to show you 3 sizes, so as you can see, is because you can create so many beautiful things as flowers or maple leaves or something else, some nice decorations for your hats or bags or scarf, sewing together the leaves, the different sizes of the leaves, or the same size to create flowers. So I just want to show you, if you sew together the biggest size and the smallest one, so like this is one. Okay, I will show you with this because I have 1 and 2. You will obtain, as you can see, so here and here you can sew together, so you can obtain a very nice and quickly maple leaf or oak leaf. So that's why I want to show you 3 sizes, or with the same size you can obtain. I'm working here on a poinsettia flower, so you can obtain a really nice flower just by sew together the I have here 6 leaves. Okay, so this is the idea. Okay, now I will show you the middle one, the middle size. Okay, and then I will explain it to you how to work it larger or smaller. I will work with this, or maybe, yes, they are really nice, worked in cotton yarn, and I will try to work with the cotton yarn and to show you, so to be clear enough for you to understand. So I will just zoom in a little bit more, so you will be able to see what am I doing and to understand how to work it. Okay, so I said I want to begin with the middle one. For the middle one we need 11 chains. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we have our 11 chains, and we will begin with a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. We don't count as a chain the loop on the hook. So from here 1 and 2 into the second chain from the hook, we want just to work a single crochet. Okay, now in each of our next 8 chains we will work 1 single crochet. So just go on and work in each of your next 8 chains 1 single crochet in each of them. So you'll have 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now you must have just 1 chain to work in, so the last chain. Okay, now into the last chain we want to work 3 single crochets, because we just want to turn on the opposite side and to continue working into the loops remaining free of the that remains free of the chain stitch. So we will work actually on the opposite side on the same chain stitch. Okay, now as I said, into the last chain we want to work 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, oops, 2, and just rotate it a little bit on the opposite side, and 3. Okay, now from the very next loop of the chain, so here where we worked on the opposite side, the 8th single crochet. Okay, so into this loop I want to insert my hook here, and I will work the tail too, okay, on the back side, and I will begin with my first single crochet here, and I want to work the same number of single crochets, so 8 single crochet into the next 8 stitches with this one, of course. So 1, this is my first one, now into the very next, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I just want to stop here. This is what we have now. Okay, now we will begin with the rows or rounds. Actually, they are not rounds, they are rows. And we will work like this, up until we get here into the, on the top actually here. And we will work 3 single crochets into the single crochet on the top, and then we will be back with 8 single crochets. So 8 single crochets, 3 single crochets into the single crochet on the top, and 8 more single crochets. Okay, this will be for the next 6 rows, because they are rows, but half rounds actually we can say, because we just go up and down, and then up and down, and up and down. How can I? So from here we just go up and down, and then up and down, and up and down. Can you see? This is the idea. Okay, now each of these rows will begin with a chain 2 and skipping the very first single crochet. And another very important thing is that we will work only in back loops, okay, for the rest of the pattern. So only back loops to obtain this really nice effect. Okay, so only back loops. So chain 2 to begin each of your 6 rows, chain 2, skip the very first single crochet, and into the next, can you see, just into the back loop. I am with the wrong side facing me, back loop only, begin working your 8 single crochets. So 1, only back loops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as I said, first enter the single crochet here on the top, only back loop here too. We want to work 3 single crochets, 1 into the same single crochet, 2 and 3. Okay, and now we will go down on the other side with 8 more single crochets. So only back loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we want to stop here, and this is my first round or row. Actually, it's a row, it's a half round, yes. So I finished my first row. Now for the second, I will go up with 8 single crochets into on the top. I will work 3 single crochets into the same single crochet, and I will be back down with 8 single crochets. But chain 2, always chain 2, skip the very first, skip the very first single crochet and insert the hook into the next. Now turn your work. I am always inserting the hook into the back loop first, and then I turn my work, just to be sure that I am skipping the right single crochet and I am inserting the hook into the right loop. Okay, that's why. Now turn and begin with your 8 single crochets. 1, 2, only back loops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now I am on the top of my leaf, and here on the top, here into the single crochet on the top, I just want to work 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so nice. Now let's go down with 8 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is my second row. Okay, can you see the leaf begins shaping? Okay, and this is the second row, and we have 4 more exactly the same. So I will complete with my, okay, I just want to show you one more time, and then I will complete my 3 rounds left to work off the camera. Okay, so chain 2, always chain 2 to begin a next another row. Skip the first single crochet, insert the hook into the next, only back loop, and now turn your work and begin with your 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only back loops, 8, and into the next. On the top here we want to work 3 single crochets, and then we will begin to go down with another 8 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now I have 3 more rounds exactly the same to work, and I will be back to show you how to finish your work, and of course how to work the next 2 sizes. I finished my 6 rows, and now I just want to chain 2 and to insert the hook here under actually the single crochet here, can you see, and to slip stitch and to chain 1 to secure, and now of course to cut the yarn. Okay, and this is what we have. This is our Venetian leaf. Okay, now this tail I just can cut it because I worked it with the first row, and this one I will take a needle and make some stitches to lose it on one side. It will be invisible, so don't worry. Okay, and that's it. Here it is, my Venetian leaf. This is the mid-size, and now for the large size, actually it's more or less, it's, yes, the same thing. We will just change the number of chains, beginning chains, and of course then the number of single crochet that we have to complete in each of our rows, and the number of rows. So for the mid one we completed 6 rows without the very first one, so I don't count the very first one. For the large size we will complete 7 rows, and for the little size, small size, sorry, we will complete 5 rows. So 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it's nothing impossible to memory. Okay, now for the large size we want to begin with 13 chains. We began with 11 chains for the mid size. So 13 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Into the second chain from the hook, work a single crochet. Don't count it, just work it. Okay, and now we want to work 10 single crochets. We worked 8 here. Now we will work 10 single crochets, 1 into each of our next single crochets. Next chains, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we have one more chain left, and this is perfect. In this chain we will work 3 single crochets, so as you can see exactly the same but with 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and now we will go down on the opposite side with 10 more single crochets, skipping this one where we worked the 3 single crochets. Okay, so skip this into the very next loop of the chain, left unworked, work 1, 2, 3, working the tail, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. And now we will begin with our 7 rows, working chain 2, skipping the first, working from the second, single crochet, 10 single crochets, on the top 3 single crochets, and go back with 10 more single crochets for 7 times. So I just want to show you, but actually it's the same thing, just instead of 8 single crochets we'll have 10 to complete on one side in each round, and instead of 6 rows we will have 7. So chain 2, skip the very next, so the very first single crochet, insert the hook into the second, only back loops, and begin working your 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. On the top, as I said, into the single crochet on the top, work 3 single crochets, and let's go back with, on the opposite side, let's go back with 10 more single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now again, this is the first row of our 7 rows, and now again chain 2, skip the first single crochet, insert the hook into the next, back loop only, turn your work and begin with your 10, then 3 on the top and 10 more. So go on like this to complete your big size of the leaf. So I finished the large leaf too. This is it. Oops, I have so many here. This is large too. Yes. This is mid and large. And now we have, I will cut this part and then I will sew some stitches with this one. And now we just want to complete the set with the smallest one, and for the smallest one we want to begin with a chain of 9. So do you remember, for the mid one we began with chain 11, for the large one with chain 13, for the small one with chain 9. So chain 9, chain 11, chain 13. For chain 11, so the mid one, we worked with 8 single crochets. For the largest one we worked with 10, and for the smallest one we will work with 6 single crochets. So let's get started. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Insert the hook into the second chain from the hook and single crochet. Now 6 single crochets into the next 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we have just 1 chain left, and in this one we will work a chain of we will work 3 single crochets. So actually the same thing but with 6 single crochets, and we will go back with our 6 single crochets on the opposite side. It's actually the same thing. This is 1, 2, oops, the tail, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and now we can begin with our rows, and we will complete 5 rows for the smallest size. So 5 rows for the smallest size, 6 rows for the mid size, and 7 rows for the large size. Okay, so just go on and work your 5 rows. The same thing, only that you chain 2, skip the first, insert the hook into the next, back loop only, and work 6 single crochets, 3 single crochets into the, sorry, I just want to count, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, 3 single crochets on the top, single crochet here, 1 2 3, and we will go down with 6 more single crochets, and this is the first row. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Oops. Okay, and now we just want to continue on like this for 4 rows more. And here it is, the smallest one finished. So this is the 3 sizes. Can you see? So easy. And I just want to give you the idea that I was talking about at the beginning of the how to compose a nice, oops, where is the next one, a nice leaf. Can you see? So beautiful. So now all that you have to do is to take your needle and your yarn, same color of course, and to sew this part. I will not stay here and sew all of them because it's really, I think it has no, okay, all these parts, and you will have a beautiful maple leaf or oak leaf, or it's our imagination that can create so many beautiful things. I think I will make another, do another tutorial just to show you. I have an idea with this poinsettia flower and something like a, I will show you in that tutorial. So thanks for watching. Hope it is useful for you, this tutorial, and see you at the next tutorial.